Courage, compassion, faith, freedom, truth. It's time for courage in the darkness with the host, Phil Roberts. Awakening America to the indoctrination and radicalization. Let's get into it.
If you've driven through Middle Tennessee lately, or North Texas, or the Florida Panhandle, you've seen them. The license plates are different. California, New York, Illinois, Washington State. People are packing up their lives, selling their homes that their families have owned for generations, and they're hitting the interstate. The mainstream media calls this a random migration pattern. They try to tell you it's just about the weather or remote work flexibility. They're lying to you. This isn't a vacation. It's an evacuation. It's a mass exodus away from the Democrat model of governance. People are fleeing states where the tax code is a form of legalized theft, where the schools have turned into radicalization centers, and where the rule of law has been replaced by the rule of mob. They're coming to places like Tennessee because they want to live in a place that still recognizes the word liberty. But as we welcome our new neighbors, we have to ask a hard question. Are they coming here to join us? Or are they bringing the very politics they're fleeing right along with them? Let's look at the numbers, because the numbers don't have a political bias. California lost a congressional seat for the first time in history. New York is bleeding taxpayers so fast that Kathy Hochul is literally begging people to stay. Why? Because the Democratic supermajority in these states has made it impossible to live a normal middle-class life. In New York, they passed the Clean Slate Act, sealing records of violent felons so you don't even know who you're hiring anymore. They've implemented congestion pricing that taxes you just for driving to work. They've created a protest industrial complex that allows radicals to seize buildings like Columbia University while the police are told to stand down. When you make it easier for people to be a criminal than a business owner, people leave. When you spend more on climate justice than on fixing roads, people leave. The blue state model is a suicide pact, and the residents are finally refusing to sign it. They're voting with their feet because they know their ballots don't count in a system rigged by the urban machines. Now, we have to talk about the new frontier. Tennessee is a target. We have no state income tax. We have a booming economy, and we still believe in the Second Amendment. That makes us the gold standard for the right. But we're seeing a phenomenon I call modern-day carpetbagging. We have people moving from Los Angeles to Nashville, fleeing the high taxes and the crime, and the first thing they do is show up to a school board meeting to demand the same progressive curriculum that destroyed the schools that they just left. They want the safety of a red state with the social status of blue state ideology. They want our lower taxes, but they want the government to fund their woke nonprofits. We have to be clear. You're welcome to seek refuge here, but you are not welcome to colonize us with the same failures that you're running away from. If you want to live in Tennessee, you live by the Tennessee values. That means parental rights, fiscal responsibility, and a government that stays out of your backyard. We didn't build this oasis of liberty just to have it turned into California East by people who refuse to learn from their own mistakes. The blue state exodus is the greatest proof we have that our ideas work and theirs don't. You don't see people fleeing Florida to move to Chicago. You don't see a mass migration into the arms of the New York Department of Revenue. Liberty is a magnet, but a magnet only works if it stays true to its nature. We have to protect our borders, not just the national ones, but our state borders and our local councils. We have to ensure that the Democrat model stays where it belongs, in the history books, as a warning of what happens when a government forgets it serves the people. Keeping this network independent is how we make sure these stories get told. We don't answer to the corporate developers who want to turn our towns into inclusive high-rises. We answer to the citizens who were here first and the ones who moved here to be free. If you'd like to support the channel and help keep the Truth in the Darkness Network standing strong, head over to titdusa.com. While you're there, visit the shop. We have a full line of faith-based and political t-shirts, designs that let everyone know that in this house, we still believe in the Constitution and the traditional American way of life. If you're already a subscriber, thank you. You are the front line of this mission. Make sure you're following us on Rumble, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Patreon. Subscribe. Share this episode with that neighbor who just moved in from out of state. Let them know what we stand for. Stand with us, support the mission, refuse the silence, and I'll see you next time.